Growing up as a young Indian in the 90s was a very different experience compared to today. The Indian economy had just opened up. Worldwide, the global economy was experiencing the boom from internet dot-coms, and yes, Y2K was the only challenge that threatened our existence. Fast forward to where we are today, the VUCA world. Volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. This word VUCA has now become synonymous with how the times are today, especially after the pandemic. But rewind back to the start of the century, and things were indeed very different. As someone having spent her formative years in the capital of India, I had the luxury of an upbringing in the big city with middle class urban values, a run of the middle class existence, as they say. The late 90s exposed me to the first female role model I developed an affinity with, Oprah Winfrey. Her talk show was a rage, and I would spend hours watching her show as she talked her way into the hearts of millions. Kind, empathetic, and understanding. All I thought I was. But there was more. Oprah was successful, fiercely unapologetic, and very self aware. All I was not. I took long walks alone as I dreamt about meeting her once in her talk show and telling her my story. A dream I still nurture every day, and I believe I will meet her someday very soon. Growing up as an extremely uncomfortable girl with great discomfort in my looks and appearance, I took inspiration from my role model. Just like Oprah changed her circumstances to become a global sensation, I was inspired to change what I could, and I know I was here for a higher purpose. I realized this was my chance to dream different and dream big. Oprah famously had said once, "We can't become what we need to by remaining what we are." Taking heed of her advice, I knew I had to change what and who I was. After much deliberation and completing my first master's, I did just that. I jumped into another master's, this time in computer science, and promised I would transform into a different person with grooming and hard work. With little exposure to a complex discipline like computer sciences, but tremendous grit, I completed my master's and was full of hope for my future. The internet boom had just started, converting many into overnight millionaires, and I nurtured my own dream to join the thousands of other engineers, turning India into the IT capital it has now become. This was also accompanied by a big change in my own personality. From being shy and uncomfortable, I gained the confidence to express confidently and became aware of my own abilities. While on the outside I had changed, on the inside I was still grappling with not knowing what's next. However, just when things looked so good, the internet.com bust happened, followed in close succession by 9/11, a day that completely changed the destiny of everyone, everywhere, with the immediate impact being on jobs in India. Things looked bleak, and this was for me unprecedented. Spending a lot of money and time only to be met with the disappointment of unemployment. I remembered what Oprah had said once. I believe that one of life's greatest risks is never daring to risk. So I risked whatever I had known: security of being at home, never having lived by myself, and never having been out of Delhi. I wanted to do something radically different from taking up a job here. So I did. I applied for international jobs and found one that suited me perfectly. The catch was it was in Taiwan, a non English speaking country, and I had only taken 2 flights before this, that too domestically and with company. However, I did jump right into the challenge. Took my first international flight to Taiwan alone. After an arduous 4 months of visa and flight cancellations, I was this close to losing the opportunity because of delays that were beyond my control. The risk of losing a job because of external factors and not knowing anyone in Taiwan seemed daunting. My second big test of dealing with the unknown and the uncomfortable. But life turned around once I made it there, embarking on a career in software engineering in a predominantly Taiwanese company with only one foreigner, me. Making friends with the expat population there was a wonderful and new experience. Hopping to new travel destinations over the weekend, earning a livelihood, and staying independently seemed not so difficult. However, India is a land of Bollywood, and just like a good potboiler, there was a twist in the tale. I came back to India, started a new job, resumed my life back in the place I'd always known and cherished, Delhi. The only uncertainty at that point was what was next. The answer to the quest led me to an emotional roller coaster. I moved from being a software engineer into a profession I now cherish: product management. The start, however, was rocky and it was very hard. Many heartbreaks and life lessons later, it was time for yet another change. And like a wise man once said, or a woman perhaps, turn your wounds into wisdom. Life was whispering a lesson ever so softly, and I listened. It was time for change, and this time it took me to Chennai. As life continued bringing more lemons my way, I tried hard to follow popular wisdom of turning it into lemonade. However, I think the lemonade was turning out to be sour and bitter. At this point, the only way I knew how to counter failure was code debugging and error management. But life is not a programming language with chances to debug what is broken. So I questioned, why me? I dealt with personal challenges, change of countries, this time Singapore. A health misdiagnosis, years of strong medication, and many doctor visits later, which changed how I look. I was back to dealing with where my uncertain life will take me next and why. But before that, something had to change. Yes, me. I found my grounding in faith and trying to understand the purpose of life and, and learned the lesson of acceptance. Yes, acceptance with grace and humility. My faith taught me the message of active participation in life, in which the best prayer is honest self effort. When such efforts are accompanied with an attitude of faith, the results, no matter what, should be accepted with grace. Therefore, being in an attitude of gratitude and cheerfulness, no matter what, is a mantra I live with every single day. The uncertainty of not knowing what if, why me, was now met with acceptance, a life lesson truly worth experiencing and worth all the pay. Life then took me to the US. In true Bollywood style, however, drama ensued, including a freak accident on Thanksgiving Eve. While living through the horror of a medical emergency on the busiest personal holiday for all Americans, and therefore little medical attention, my misery compounded, and unhappiness with what is was now my natural state. I accepted what life threw my way, but realized I lacked the tools to manage stresses that accompany a high stress job as an independent single woman in the US. Was this yet another life lesson leading me to something better? I wondered. The answer didn't come to me immediately. It's this time that in a period of 14 months, I had changed housing more than 10 times and eventually was homeless for a short period in a period of transition from the US to Singapore. From being a Silicon Valley IT professional, I now had to endure the shame of being homeless, but with the grace of friends, having a place to stay warm every single night. Yet, no permanent address. I was dependent on the local Sikh temple for my meals, my home away from home, where I wasn't judged for what I did, where I came from, where I went. The only gift for me was to say a prayer and thank you every morning and evening, which I did many years later when I returned back to the community that gave me so much when I needed it the most. After much hesitation and to my own embarrassment, I learned to volunteer in the community kitchen and start small. Fast forward to today. It gives me great pride to share with you that I've spent 150 hours plus every single year giving back to the community by volunteering hours at the community kitchen that serves thousands. They say when you give, you receive double, and I did. The many years spent living in uncertainty of not knowing, acceptance of life's lemons and hard lessons was now gradually being replaced by gratitude and a sense of self awareness and resolve grounded in faith. This was the pivotal moment leading me to examine how I think and leading me on my search to develop new skills, learn tools to deal with life. That is when I chanced upon the laws of the universe and physics of managing human emotions and our own energy. I spent a great deal of time in self learning, YouTube, books, and everything in between. One sentence that encapsulates all I learned: where attention goes, energy flows, things grow. Managing my thoughts and emotional energy started here. And next was the exposure to the life altering equation, which teaches us how to manage stress better. Stress is equal to pressure divided by resilience. Our ability to cope with and manage pressure is determined by our resilience. I therefore learned mental coping strategies to increase my resilience, leading to growth instead of stress in my life. I'm now happy to tell you this integral equation in life has been my greatest support to handle a drug resistant infection last year and develop the attitude to take everything on the chin, give back double of what I receive while dreaming bigger, including meeting Oprah someday, very soon. Having learned all through school and college that bright kids with the highest IQ make successful human beings, I'm glad with the comfort with the discomfort, leading me to develop a higher IQ. Sorry, a higher EQ. Recalling a famous quote which reads like this: IQ may get your foot into the door, EQ will determine how far you go. Therefore, friends, especially now in the new normal, the VUCA world, we all need a higher EQ by investing in life skills to deal better with the uncertain. I end with a beautiful quote from the famous Paul Coelho. It's what you do in the present that will redeem the past and therefore change the future. Let go of the past, live in the present, and be the best version of yourself. Being comfortable with uncertainty is not just an imperative for us all, it's the only path to becoming a better you. We often underestimate what we do in the short term and underestimate what we do in the long term. Therefore, start small, but begin by accepting all that is uncertain with grace and humility. Over the passage of time, you will become comfortable with uncomfortable uncertainty. Thank you.